G'day guys and welcome back to your English Aussie. This is the Game Week 27 live stream. Sorry, that is my own phone doubling up. Yeah, we are live now until the deadline. Another 2.5 hours to go till the deadline. Hey, it's Attitude. Hey, Kentaro. Guys, good to see you guys in the stream. We're going to go all the way through to the deadline, going through all of you guys' teams, team reviews. We'll talk through Game Week 26. We can talk through chip strategies going forwards. And anything that people are keen to touch on this week. Game week 26 was a great week for me, as you can see, 102 points. The Ollie Glasner assistant manager pick coming off very well. We're up to 55k in the world, and we are looking to push on to our highest rank so far this season. We've been up and around 35k so far this year, so if we can get another green arrow this week, it might be the best rank so far this season. So yeah, we're starting off very well so far. This, as you can see on screen, is my team results from last week, and so far for this week I have not really made any changes to the side. My plan is to, I think, roll the transfer. We'll talk about it on stream with you guys, and we can talk through what your transfer moves are. But right now, I think my move is to roll through to Game Week 27, play the same team, and see where we land. There's a few issues obviously cropping up at the moment. Obviously Morgan Rogers potentially not available to play for Aston Villa. Evan Nielsen coming back. Hey Niels, good result for last game week. Yeah, I think good result for you as well last week. I saw on my league that you'd had a good week. I think you got even more points than me, over 100 points. So that was a great week for lots of people on this channel. I think pretty much all the points that I gave and all the thoughts that I gave on this channel last week paid off for you guys. So that's always good to see. Feel free for you guys that joined at the moment to chuck in the chat your team IDs, and we can go through and start off with some team reviews now, and some discussion points for the week coming up. I think this week's going to be an interesting week, especially for captaincy. There's obviously that big dilemma between Mo Salah and Cole Palmer. I think it's a difficult one. Because you've got a Manish captaining Salah. Yeah, I think at the moment my captaincy is also still on Salah. Given the short turnaround, I guess I haven't really had that much time to think about it. But the form that he's been in this season has just been so unbelievable. With Palmer having sort of 4 out of the last 5 blanks, and Chelsea not being in the greatest form, it's quite difficult to go against Salah, especially that Liverpool Newcastle game in the reverse fixture was, I think it was 4-3, the fixture, if I'm not mistaken. So very difficult match to, again, 3-3, sorry. What are my thoughts on Pedro Neto for Rodgers, or Bowen and Cunha for Rodgers and Gakpo for a hit? Yeah, again, I'm sort of never really Palmer captain for you. Yeah, I knew you'd be Palmer captain, Niels. Pedro Neto and Rodgers. Look, I just think it's difficult to be going for one of those. I think obviously there was the decision between Neto and Kunku, both of those guys for Chelsea. We saw Pedro Neto obviously starting the false nine for Chelsea last week with like Nkunku on the left, Palmer on the right, and Enzo up in that attacking midfield role. So I'm not saying to you guys that Pedro Neto is not a good pick for Chelsea, but I do think that Maresca does have the sort of style of play where he could tinker with his tactical setups. It doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to see Neto starting in that forward role. We could easily see Nkunku go back to starting in that number 9 role. Perhaps Neto go back to the right hand side, play on the left hand side, Sancho start. Like, there's plenty of different options for Chelsea and things that they could go for. So I think Pedro Neto is sort of a short-term risk. If you are willing to go for that sort of differential pick and that's something that you want to go for, I think my suggestion would be that your wild card needs to be coming in sort of 30-31. Excuse me. For sure. Because if you're not able to then move him out on that sort of wild card, you're going to really struggle for transfers at that sort of time. So I think if it's a short-term punt over sort of this 28-29 where you have Leicester and Southampton and Leicester for Chelsea, then I think Pedro Neto could be an option. But if you are, or you already used your wild card, or you're not looking to wild card in sort of that 30-31 period, then for me, I wouldn't be looking to move for Pedro Neto because I just think that there are too many transfers required, given that it is likely that you might want to move out of him in the future. Mohamed Gouda, I want to sell Ahmad and transfer a medium budget mid. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting because I would say a few weeks ago we were saying there's so many budget midfielders around, and now it's sort of like who is the option that we want. I would say that the medium budget midfielder, the best at the moment, is Kluivert. Previously I would have said Dango Atara, and I think again short term Neto Atara are still nice picks. But yeah, I think given that Evan Ilson has been on the bench and is sort of going to start bringing some minutes, it might mean that Dango ends up moving out to the left, or potentially even dropping down to the bench. So I think for me, Kluivert's probably that best pick around that sort of mid-price midfield. Thank you, Niels. Bless me. So yeah, that's sort of my thoughts on those sort of mid-price midfielders. The other guys that I am interested in is probably Elanga and Gibbs White at Nottingham Forest. Elanga for me started playing in that 2 up front with Chris Wood. So if Chris Wood is someone that you don't have in your team and you're trying to cover that Nottingham Forest attack, Anthony Elanga is someone really interesting that's now, the last few games Nottingham Forest have set up in a 3-5-2 formation with Elanga and Wood playing really close together in those forward roles. So he could be somebody really interesting that you could use to sort of almost manage not having Chris Wood in your side, if that is possible, considering he is the GOAT of FPL at the moment. So yeah, I think those would probably be my thoughts around those medium budget midfielders for now. Its attitude. What's good, bro? Let's put your team up on the screen, shall we? Bear with me a second. 760, 8584. Alright, here we go. So, good game week as well, up to 1 mil. Where'd you move from? Yeah, up about 100k last game week. That's good. See that we're getting you some green arrows. We're on the rise. You've been rising really quite consistently since game week 12, so really nice. Right, Pickford, Alexander-Arnold, Gabriel Munoz, Palmer, Salah, and Bumo, Tango. Yeah, I keep forgetting. You have a Drizzy Ghana gay. You want to move Welbeck out, get Neto or Enzo in. Yeah, so the news was doubtful on Welbeck this week again from Brighton. Bit of a shame because Brighton's fixtures are reasonable and Welbeck is a really important player for them. So yeah, I could see wanting to get Welbeck out and get Neto or Enzo in. So do you have? You don't have any free. You don't have any free transfers. You just got the one. So you'd obviously have to take a -4, which I'm probably not that big a fan of. And I think with your team, it's not that important to have Feels criminal being a Kiwi, not having Chris Wood. Do you not have Chris Wood, Nils? You gotta have Chris Wood, mate. That is criminal. You'll use Hannah to get Enzo or Neto. Gone again. Yeah, I'd say probably from my perspective, not worth that, its attitude, because if you're going to move out Welbeck and bring in maybe like a Cunha or a Marmouche, then you're going to probably play whoever you bring in, and then you're just going to play them instead of Idrissa Gana Gay, put him on the bench, and then you've got Garner Lewis Greaves. Don't waste the -4. I don't think you need to go double Chelsea. Like, they've not been in great form. I know Southampton is obviously a fixture I'd definitely target, but it's hard to know which of those Chelsea assets are the best assets to pick because you just don't know how Maresca's going to set up. Obviously, last week he set up with Palmer on the right wing and Enzo in the 10 role. Hey Suku, welcome to the chat, mate. Good to see you. Hope you had a good week last week. Flick your code over when you can. So yeah, I think for me, Kweku, or his attitude, I'd probably move Welbeck for either a Cunha or a Marmouche. 5.5 mil you've got. So what you got? Do you have the money for that? You got 1 mil in the bank. Probably don't have the money for those moves, do you? Cunha 6.9. To use maybe Marmouche or someone good. How best do I take out Welbeck? Yeah. Baruta, my guy, Michael, how are you, bro? Amazing to have you in the live chat. Thanks so much for joining in. For those of you that don't know Baruta, he's one of my friends that I chat to frequently on Twitter. A really good guy, having a fantastic season so far this season. Baruta Red Devils. If you don't, check him out on Twitter. Just a really nice guy overall. Big fan. Nice to see you, bro. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, how to best get in Marmouche or Cunha? It's a good question. I see that you don't quite have the money. So like Cunha 6.9 and Marmouche I think is 7.1 if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Man City, yeah, 7.1. So you need approximately 0.5, 0.6. At the moment we're looking, you got Trent, Munoz, Salah, Isak. All of those four still for 29. You're obviously going to have to take out one of Trent, Munoz, Salah, Isak, and I'm assuming it's probably going to, the best way, I mean, it's probably best to be Trent, given that you can use that money then elsewhere. So I think my suggestion would be to make that move on Trent now, potentially go to Ryan Nori, and my secondary option would be Guardiola. I'd probably go around Nuri because it gives you money which you can use elsewhere, and with your team having quite a low team value at the moment, your team news, the names are not clear. Andrew Broby. Oh, you're free hitting at 29. It's actually okay. Yeah, sorry, man. I think you just need to change the res on YouTube, man. If you just change it, I think it's pretty clear everywhere else. I haven't had that problem. If you just click on the settings wheel on YouTube and just move it to like 1080p, should be fine. Yeah, sorry, you're free hitting in 29. It's actually, I forgot about that, mate. I think Trent's still your sort of cash cow in that team anyway. The only other person that you could move really to get money is like Gabriel potentially, which I mean maybe works for you. They do have Man United next week. Liverpool do have Southampton next week. So yeah, change it, working fine now. Alright, cool. Thanks, Andrew. Michael, I feel really cold today. I'm assuming you're going Cole Palmer captain, Barita. I'm not far away from that, mate. I'm not far away from that. Can be talked into that today. We'll talk about it as we go through. Dango or Mamouche, who to start today? Wow, I'd definitely start Mamouche. I'd love to start Dango as well, Andrew, man. What's the rest of your team? If you maybe give me your team ID, I can do a team review for you as well, or just tell me the rest of your team if you don't know. Yeah, it'd be Trent or Mbumo, or Gabriel would be the three I'd look to move its attitude. But I mean, there's no one really nice to move off Mbumo for at this rate, so it'd probably be Trent or Gabriel down to an 8 Nuri. And then, yeah, Welbeck up to Cunha or Mamouche. That would be my plans. It's actually, mate. Could do Trent or Robertson to get some attacking returns still. Yeah, you could do that. I guess if you're going for a 2-week punt. 2-week punt from a defensive standpoint. You could go for like Cucurella of Chelsea, Southampton and Leicester. Or Reece James. That'd be really interesting. Yeah, maybe have a think about that. 2-week punt would be quite cool. And you're going to free hit 29 and then maybe wildcard 30, 31. So yeah, that could work. Bryce, hey mate, how you going? Hopefully your fam's on. Hi Josiah, if you're around as well. I'm waiting for Josiah to stick his team ID in the chat, Bryce, mate. What are my thoughts on Tell and Spurs, Niels? I don't feel super comfortable. I think I need another week of watching Spurs now against Man City to have a better feel about them. I know they've won their last 3 games, but other than Brentford, like Man United, Ipswich, like teams that are in really poor form. Not Colwell, it's actually, I wouldn't go Colwell. It's not for me. He's no attacking, no real attacking threat. Cucurella, on the other hand, gets quite high. Reece James also started the last 4 games for Chelsea, so I know he's played a bit like defensive midfield role in some of them, but alright, who's next? I'm going to have to move on. I think it's Niels, right? Niels 46235. I'm waiting for Derek to come back this week so he can talk to me about being in bond in this chat so I don't miss stuff. Neil, 67k, bro. Nice. We're flying. 12k game week rank last week. What a game week that was for you, mate. What are your plans for this week, mate? What are you wanna try and get a Chelsea guy in? Is that what you're thinking this week? £1.7 million in the bank, probably for Rodgers, I'm assuming. Trent, you're not free hitting in 29, are you? You're gonna ride through it. Trent, Gakpo, Munoz, Salah, Isak. Yeah, you can get there. You don't need to free hit in 29. Should be alright. Just moving Rodgers for Neto. I think that's good. I think if you're planning to wildcard in 30, 31, I think Rodgers to Neto is a fine move. It's obviously a risk, right? You got to understand that you can't pick Chelsea's starting lineup easily. Oh, Rodgers and Gakpo out for Bowen or Cunha for a hit, or Chelsea mid for free. You know I don't like taking hits. I think that -4 points, just so difficult to recover from that. Even over 2 weeks, I would just feel like you could just roll the transfer the first week and then make it in the second week. Leicester and Fulham. West Ham have Leicester. Wolves have Fulham this week. I've got to be honest, I don't really like either of the moves. I from a move standpoint, I obviously prefer Bowen and Cunha for Rodgers and Gakpo, but not for the -4. I haven't quite got my head around making the 2 game week move for a Chelsea player, but I am thinking if you are not free hitting in 29. And then wildcarding in 30 or 31, it might work out for you, because Spurs in 30 is actually a nice fixture for Chelsea as well. The free gives you options to bring Haaland or Mamouche in 29. Yeah, I definitely want to try and have an option for some City players, even a Foden for Palmer or for Mbumo. If you're certain you want to make one of those moves, it'd probably be the double Chelsea for me. Reluctantly. Because I think it's really hard to pick there probably will be one of those Chelsea players that will perform over the next couple of weeks. I think it's going to be difficult to pick. So I'd probably go Neto. But yeah, I would say reluctantly I would potentially, in your situation, roll the transfer. Andrew, I'll come to your teammate. I promise. I just got to get through these other ones as well now. It's actually bringing in Marmouche and Kuku for Welbeck and Trent for -4. Yeah, I think that's not bad, mate. I think that's not bad. It's good, very good, upside chasing for sure. FPL Wonder, thoughts on Trossard to Bowen? Nah, not really. Feels like a sideways move, which I think at this stage. Look, I obviously think the move's probably a reasonable move, but in the context of things at the moment, I don't think it's a transfer that's necessary. And I feel like at this moment in time, unless you're free hitting in 29, every transfer is so crucial that I wouldn't bother with that transfer. Who was next in the chat? Saku 138 9322. What do you think, Niels? Are you on board? Bowen just looks good, and I think he has a chance to go big this week. I think Bowen over the next 4 is really nice. Leicester, Newcastle, Everton, Wolves. Do you think he looks good? I think it's a tough one, mate. I think if you do have a strong feeling, I don't like to take -4s. I think that's what I would say. I really don't like to take -4s. You're already like, basically, if they score a goal, it's irrelevant. I know midfielder goal 5, but it's like 1 point, and you sort of feel like you're wasting those moves. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'd obviously like to roll, but you never know what happens. It's going to happen week to week in this league. But yeah, if you want to attack something this week, I'd probably go for the double Chelsea. But again, reluctantly, given it's hard to pick who the best option is. But I would go Neto if I had to pick. So I would go Neto. Yeah, Andrew, sorry man, let me just answer your question, because I know we were talking before, and then I'll continue on with Saku. What did we say? Dango on Mamushi to start today. Oh yeah, let's just quickly look at your team, who you're going to start. So this week, who would I start if I was you? Probably be Kirkez, Gabriel, Nuri, probably, for attacking returns. Who have single preference? Yeah, probably Gabriel, Kirkez, Nuri. Midfield, Palmer, Salah, Mbumo, Diaz, Semenyo. Oh, sorry, this is Suki's team, my bad. I lost my mind. So sorry, Andrew. Gabriel, Munoz, Kirkez. Midfield, Salah, Palmer, Kluivert, Mbumo, Marmouche, Isak, Wissa, bench, Dango, Mikolenko, Yannick. Yeah, I'd bench Dango. I'd probably bench Kluivert, but just for this week. Just because Dango's still going to start, but Evan Wilson will probably still be on the bench. He's not match fit. Jack, do I start Sells or Henderson in goal? Sells. Yeah, Andrew, that's probably my thoughts, mate. I'd probably bench Kluivert. I'd definitely start Mamouche, definitely. If you've got him, he's such a big differential for your team. Probably bench Kluivert, play Dango. Just because Dango's playing in that 9 role. But yeah, I mean, one of those two I'd bench. Suku, yeah, I'll do you in a sec, mate. I've got you up. Just give us a second. Neil's 50-50. I'll be taking out Rodgers and Gakpo by 29, so the -4 is over 3 weeks and really becomes really on a -2, so good chance to pay off, plus the price rises will help. Yeah, and I like Cunha long term. I like Bowen long term. And if you're going to be taking a -4 at some point, and that is a -2 because it's just to make sure that you get the 11 playing players, then I'm sold by that and go for the -4 and do Bowen and Cunha from Rodgers and Gakpo, and then I think that makes sense, mate. I can be sold by the -2 to get the 11 playing players in game week 29. Like, I definitely think if that's the case and it's like a good player that you want, then it's probably worth it. So, And I think it's a bit nicer than trying to pick a Chelsea mid, because it's not easy to pick, as we've been talking about, right? Like Maresca's been mixing stuff up all season. He could easily mix stuff up again, and you won't pick the best option. Whereas I think Bowen and Cunha are always going to be nice options for their teams, and like Cunha's so nice to have in all the way through to really 34. So, and like if we're looking at like a 4 game week period, still great options. 4 or 5 game week period, still fantastic options. So, yeah, I like it. Alright, so who should you bench your captain? Gaming with Cobble Monster 10. What a great name. Bench 1, Isaac, Dango, Gordon, Rogers, Wisser. Rogers. Simple one. Cool, going for it. We'll make the change and going back to bed. Agree, too hard to pick Chelsea mid. Alright, Niels, good luck, mate. Hope that advice runs well for you. Hope we can get you up in the top 50k this week. Alright, so who to bench this week, mate? And captain. Okay, interesting. Have you made any transfers this week, Saku, or is this your final team? Hey Brian, welcome to chat, mate. We'll get to you in a sec. Oh, I don't put everything on this side. It's a lot easier to see stuff. Not planning on so far unless any your suggestions. Oh, I think rolling at this stage is just very valuable if you can. Cheers, Niels. Good luck, mate. Yeah, Verbruggen in goal for me, Saku, and then at the back, Gabriel, Kirkes, Ain't Nuri, bench Mikolenko. You want to be going for attacking potential, and Everton potentially concede to Brentford. Sorry. Then midfield, Palmer, Salah, and Mbeumo, Semenyo. Oh, Luis Diaz. Palmer, Salah, Mbeumo, Luis Diaz, bench Semenyo. Isaac, Cunha, Marmoush is such a nice forward line. I love that as a forward line. Like, you deserve points from that forward line. If you don't get it, it would upset me. But you deserve points for that forward line. So yeah, I'd bench Einar, Semenyo and Mikolenko and Ramsdale. And the captaincy's a toss-up between Salah and Palmer. Look, I've gone with Salah this week just because I think form is also... Like, there's a couple of reasons for Salah. Obviously form, right? Obviously Liverpool, fantastic form. Salah's in fantastic form. Chelsea, not so fantastic form. Palmer was on the right wing last week for Chelsea. Like, Maresca's trying to find something. Number 2 is, if you look at Salah's stats this year, he's got 25 goals and 16 assists, something ludicrous like that. And he's thinking he's having a mega season here. He wants the assists, he wants the goals, like he wants to get something in every game. So he wants to break Henry's record of 20 assists in the season. He probably wants to break Haaland's record of 36 goals in the season. I know that one's a bit more unlikely, but he's thinking he can break all of these records in the same season. It could be incredible for him. So for me, I just keep thinking Salah. And like Liverpool, Newcastle was 3-3. Newcastle also just conceded 3-9 on Forest. It's not like they've not been conceding goals. Like over the last few weeks, Newcastle have conceded plenty of goals. Like 3 to Forest, 4 to City, 2 to Fulham, 1 to Southampton, 2 to Bournemouth. So yeah, over those last 5 weeks, they've conceded 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 goals. So no reason that Liverpool can't also continue that damage. Joe Linton might be back for Newcastle, which is obviously very important for them in that midfield, but again, like, might not be up to match fitness. So yeah, I think I'm sticking with Salah for me. Suku, I think I'm sticking with Salah. Brian, hey man, good to see you. What was your question again? Adam, would you 1, bring in Bowen for Rodgers and bench Dango? 2, bring in Munoz for Keane. 3, bring in Cunha for Isak. Wissa and Mateta are the strikers. Man, I have been having a nervous twitch to bring in Mateta. I think of those options, my favourite is Bowen for Rodgers. Yeah, Suki man, keep getting these green arrows, bro. That's what we're all about. I don't know when you started following me, but it feels like we've gone up quite a bit since, I remember you being around 5 mil. But yeah, let's keep it up. Let's keep up the good game week. Keep up those green arrows. We've had like 4 in a row. Let's keep going, man. We're doing good. You had Mateta for a while. Yeah, I like Mateta, man. Mateta is a really nice pick. I can't remember the rest of your team, Brian. Are you planning to free hit in 29? Do you have your team ID? Can I put you on screen? Sometimes it's a bit hard to give the best advice without having it. But yeah, I think I prefer, of those 3, I prefer Bowen for Rodgers. Really worried Munoz will haul again in the next 2 games. Yeah, but I think you can live with that. But you want to try and get those big attacking hauls in. Like Villa, good attacking team, poor defensive team. Ipswich, obviously he could haul. And then maybe by game week 30, you'd maybe bring Munoz in anyway. Don't have the ID on the phone, that's right. In my league. I can't see you in my league, so maybe not. Maybe not. That's alright. Do you know your team? You know, just chuck the names of the players in. But yeah, I think Bowen for Rodgers is nice. That takes out someone, one of the guys that you're going to have to move out before 29 anyway. I think if you're bringing in Munoz as just another player that's blanking in 29, it's going to make your life a little bit more difficult with you've already got Isak, Mateta, and then you probably have Salah plus maybe 1 or 2 Liverpool players. So and Rodgers. So I think move Bowen for Rodgers is good. I definitely prefer that. I think you're gonna have to live with a Munoz if it happens. I don't think everybody has it. I know he has good ownership, but I think you have to live with that for the next 2 weeks. Jack, do I go ahead with captaining Bowen? No, just captain Salah or Palmer. I would say just captain Salah. Burrito. Fun fact, Villa scored 4 goals in the last 6 away games, winning 1 match. Wow, that's really bad. That is really bad. But I do think Villa are like a good team going forwards. I also think they've now brought in Rashford, Asensio, Malen, all of these guys since the deadline. So their attack's also changed from what they had before. So you also got to factor that in. Also, who have their away games been against? Wolves, Arsenal, Everton, Newcastle. and Nottingham Forest, like that's not easy, man. Like I would say Forest good defence, Newcastle good team, Everton good defence, Arsenal good defence, and then Wolves alright. That wasn't ideal. But yeah, I would say those are really tough games, Burrito. So you got to be careful sometimes with some of the stats because you got to take into consideration what actually happened. No worries, Brian. Kentaro, I think you're next up on the team reviews, mate. Guys, if you are enjoying this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel. We're on the push for 1,500 subscribers now. We're on about 150 plus. Really appreciate all of you guys that view this stuff. It's just a small thing for a like, for a subscribe, even for a comment on these videos. But it makes a big difference to my channel, makes a big difference to the engagement. Even just a like on this video now helps push it out to more people on YouTube over the next couple of hours, which I definitely appreciate greatly. Bench Dango or Clivert? Jack, probably Clivert for me this game week, but in future game weeks it will be Dango once Evan Nilsson sort of makes his return a little bit closer. But Dango at the moment is preferable, just positional basis for Bournemouth. Even more fun is that 2 from 4 goals with Arsenal. Yeah, crazy. But still, like, difficult fixtures, man. You gotta remember that. Last 6 away games, very difficult fixtures. Palace is also not an easy fixture though, to be fair. Cunha in and Dai out already, Kentaro. Okay, cool, man. 63k, bro. Very nice. Should have listened to me about Arteta though. If you got Glasner, would have been big time. Would have been big time. You'd have been ahead of me, wouldn't you? Oh, is this just a... Why am I only seeing your... points from like halfway through 18-11. Ronnie, bench Tara, Wood or Clivert, start Robinson or Kirkes. I'd bench Clivert. I'd start I'd probably start Robinson. I'd probably start Robinson for the attacking returns, for the potential attacking returns. But very close call. I think the Robinson Kirkes one. If you have a strong feeling either way, I'd probably go with what your gut's telling you. I just think Robinson's slightly more attacking than Kirkes, gets into higher positions. L Wordy 123. Rogers to Bowen or play Enzo. Yeah, Rogers to Bowen's real nice. Rogers to Bowen's real nice. Playing Enzo is fine as well. Yeah, I mean, roll the transfer, play Enzo. Roll the transfer, play Enzo. Villa probably be good long term, but I think Palace smashed them tonight. I'm also CP fans, maybe that's the reason. So there's my brother, man. I'll give him another text. He also told me AM Glasner last week. Thoughts on, I'm just texting my brother, thoughts on Palace versus Villa. Live stream asking for tips. He tuned into my live stream once a while back and we gave him a lot of crap about his picks, but now Munoz is gunning it, so he's going to be loving life. Maybe he'll tune into another live stream. Yeah, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you can, if you do enjoy my content, if I am helpful for you guys. It does really help this channel get boosted and get out to more people, and that's really helpful for my life when I'm waking up at like 3 AM to do these videos. I feel like it's worth it. Yeah, sorry, where was I? Kentaro. Cunha in and Dye out already. Okay. So Trent, Munoz, Gabriel probably at the back. Palmer and Bumo, Salah, Dango. Oh, you also got Enzo. Matera, Isaac, Cunha. Tough bet. Oh, Bryce. Sorry, man. Did I just skip you? I did. I'm so sorry. Kentaro, it's a benching headache, man. But I just got to do Bryce first. I like to be correct with my ordering of these stuff, and I did skip him. You don't know what Enzo's position? Neither do I, man. He played attacking midfield last week, and they played Palmer on the right and Nkunku on the left, and Neto up front in a false nine. Just who knows where they're going to play this week, honestly. So that's why I was saying Chelsea mids are real hard to pick. Bryce, what are your thoughts, mate? Have you got any plans this week for your team? I'm just trying to read your previous comments. You haven't said anything about what your plans are. Have you made any transfers yet? 546k though, going well. Really great game week last week for you. So yeah, Kepa in goal. Gabriel, Robinson, Hall, Canate. Yeah, probably be Gabriel, Robinson, Hall again this week. I'd play. Palmer, Salah, and Boomer, Mitoma. Probably play all of them. Ramsey. 5.4 mil. JP, Wissa, Isaac. How many Liverpools in Newcastle have you got? Hall, Salah, Isaac, Canate. Yeah, you're living alright. Oh, but you got Burgess who doesn't play either. So your transfers are going to need to be Hall, Salah, Isaac, Canate, and Burgess. Really 5 guys. So the next few weeks, one's got to be Canate or Hall, one Burgess, and then you got one other transfer. You really want Cunha, but you need to roll a transfer. I think he can roll. Otherwise it'd be like maybe a Ramsey to a Cliver or something. I don't know. I think you can make. I don't think you need to roll. I think you can make a transfer. Besides Munoz, yeah, I don't mind not having Munoz. The big hitters. I'd say this week Man City have, like, for me, depending on what Spurs team turns up. I know Spurs always do well against City. Just because they play that fast counter-attack style, but I think City attacking wise will also, I think that could be like a very high scoring game. Yeah, I think for me Man City are probably the team that I'm most bullish on at the moment. I just think their attacks really clicked into gear with these tactical changes Pep's made. I mean, I think you can roll, but I think you can make a transfer. I think you can definitely make a transfer. Is Brennan Johnson the side option? Yeah, so my thoughts on Brennan Johnson is I actually think he's an awful footballer. I think he's rubbish. He just doesn't contribute in a lot of games, but he has a nose for goal. Like, he just finds the correct position to be in for goals. And that's, for FPL, that's all you need. Like, that is what you want. You want your midfielder scoring goals. That is like the most important thing. So, yeah, I don't think he's a bad pick, but I think right now it's not the best attacking option that I'd be looking at. Well, I think he maybe looks nice from Spurs for maybe game week 31 on a wild card. Game awareness is brilliant. Yeah, I agree. I think his game awareness is very good. But I think he's a poor footballer. Honestly, like not great in the build up at all. doesn't really help Spurs at all in the build-up. Like, no creativity whatsoever. Like, has 0 assist threat, basically. Nish, hey bro, how's it going? It's going alright for me, mate. Up to 55k this week. So if you had to make a transfer, what must happen? If I had to make a transfer, I'd look to attack somewhere. But it would be between João Pedro to Mamush/Cunha or Ramsey. How much have you at the bank? 2.9. He's 5.4, so 6.3, 8.3. Doesn't quite get what I wanted to do. Yeah, or maybe sort of like a... No, you wouldn't even need to do that this week. I think you should play João Pedro. Yeah, it would have to be João. You'd have to move João Pedro. You basically, if you're moving Ramsey, you'd move him for somebody that you'd want to play over João Pedro this week. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, because like my Ramsey move would be like maybe like an Ilanga, but he'd probably be more relevant from like game week 29 rather than right now. Ilanga or Kluivert, but I don't think they're super necessary. Those would be my transfers. João Pedro to a Cunha/Marmoush. Haven't been able to make my mind up on who I prefer. And then Ramsey to, if it was this week, it would have to be to Kluivert. Otherwise, down in, if we're talking about maybe transfer down in the future, maybe Elanga. Nish, rolling my transfers this week? I think so, mate. I think I'm rolling this week. It's probably what my team's going to look like. Something like that. What is the website that I use? It's called FPL Gameweek. I'll put it in the chat. What's your brother reckon about Palace's game week? SA assistant goal. He hasn't replied me. I just texted him about it. Oh, here we go. Hang on, sorry. Eze fully fit and Wharton hinted to be starting. Villa could hurt us with their pace, but might open up the game more than we are used to at home, which could help us. He thinks it will be low scoring, first goal wins it, or a 1-1. Villa haven't been great playing 2 games in a week, I agree with that, and we were very solid on Saturday. Gut says draw. Interesting. He reckons a draw, probably a 1-1 draw. But it does say Eze is fully fit. Always love a good Palace fan's opinion. You too, Burrier, don't worry, don't think I don't pay attention to your opinion. Kluivert is then, I'm really unsure about this one, maybe an Eze. No man, you can't go Palace, Bryce, because Palace are blanking in 29, so don't go Eze. Put my house on a Palace. Please don't put your house on a Palace draw. Please, even my brother's not the oracle. Nish, yeah, FPL Gameweek is what I use. Hey man, looking for advice on future transfer plan. Did Gordon to Kluivert this week already? What do those characters mean? Chinese characters. Is that bar? Does that mean bar? My ID is 51813. Yeah man, let me get you up. Does that feel like you're there, Bryce? Isaac, isn't it? Yeah, shit, I forgot that was Isaac. I always forget your characters, Isaac. Hang on. Did we finish Kentaro? Kentaro, tell me, did we finish you? I don't think we did. Man, I gotta stop this. I gotta stop skipping people. This is why I need a mod to help me in this chat. So if anybody fancies being a moderator for my chat and can help shout out like next people to do, and like also make sure people don't post stupid crap, which they don't really on my channel, touch wood, so far. Yeah, bro, so Ramsey for Clive or Kulusevski? Still be Clive, man. For the next 4, Bournemouth have like way nicer fixtures, and then if you wildcard in 31, then you can go into Spurs players at that point. So I think Clive would be the one. Hossam Salam, can you check my above question? Hi again, bro. My ID 56814 got Bowen and Cunha instead of Rodgers and Gakpo for a hit. Same question Neil's convinced me on. Yeah, I think if you're not able to get to 11 playing players by 29, and that basically makes that transfer a -2, I would make that as transfers. Awesome. Hey man, Trossard or Semenyo? Trossard, Semenyo is such a bad finisher. I wouldn't want to have him in the team. Kentaro, where did we get to? Yeah, well, who to start? Yeah, so I think I said to you I had captain Salah, and then I had Trent, Munoz, Gabriel, Palmer and Bumo, Salah, Dango, Mateta, Isak, Cunha, and then Enzo, just bench Enzo. And then we got the goal against Villa. We saying bench Enzo or bench Dango? Utara. What we saying? I feel like bench Enzo, Kentaro. I feel like bench Enzo. Just based off form as well. Geo trivia test. Hey man, have you heard any news on Rodgers? Yeah, I have the news on Rodgers. I can get you the quote if you want. Matty Allen, hey bro, what's up? Welcome back. Our resident Everton expert. I might start putting like, if you guys are interested and like you want to be like an expert for one of the teams, or like at least like if you're a fan, like a big fan of one of the teams, and you have some insight into teams, I might put you guys up on screen as like a fan expert, and we'll maybe go through and like if anybody has questions on those teams, we'll go through and like chat about those teams on the live streams. Yeah, so Morgan Rodgers, the discussion was he's basically playing a lot of minutes because physically he's in a lot of shape, but he had a kick, he had like a little knock in the last game, and asked to come off. Hopefully he can play on Tuesday at Palace, was the words. I'm down for Everton Scout. Let me know if anyone has questions. Geo trivia test. Do you actually do the Geo trivia stuff? That'd be cool. I used to like doing that stuff. Oh, I just may not have had this on screen the whole time I was talking, hey? Bench Isak or Atara? It's got to be Atara, you can't bench Isak. Can't bench Isak. Yeah, Kentaro, man, I think I'd end up benching Enzo. Rodgers seemed like a decent shout for Ahmad replacement. No, I probably wouldn't go Rodgers just because of the blank in 29. Thanks for that. With Ahmad, would you do Rodgers to And Watkins to Cunha and Bowen. And Watkins. No -4? If no -4, then yeah, I'd do it. If the -4, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, yeah, that's why I bench Tara. Do you ever take off your... Hey, I said bench Itara, not Isak. I never have rose tinted glasses. I'm actually like critical of Liverpool frequently. Yeah, we're spot on Liverpool City 2-0. That is true. See? No, I don't think I overestimate Liverpool, if I'm honest. Like, despite being a Liverpool fan, like I'm very critical. I just think like we've been playing really well lately. I do think our team looks a little bit tired. I do think we look a little bit leggy. I think Newcastle is a team that will cause us problems if we are tired. Rose tinted glasses. I'm taking offence to that, man. Ognjen Vasiljevic. Vasiljevic. I should know how to pronounce that. Bench 1, Isak, Dango, Kluivert this week, mate. Kluivert this week. Probably Dango in future when Evan Nilsson becomes more threatening. For a -4, I'm not sure I'd do it for a -4. I'm not sure I'd do it for a -4. But no, I'll tell you what, I would do it for a -4 if you needed to get those players out for 29 and you wouldn't be able to get there. Then yeah, because then technically that's a -2 because you won't have 11 playing players otherwise in 29. So if you're struggling, yeah, then that is worth it. Geo trivia test. Depends what the rest of your team is, though, mate. Be good if you could tell me. Yeah, I don't like Rodgers as a replacement for Ahmad Nish. I don't like him considering he's blanking in 29. I prefer, as we spoke about, I think Kluivert probably my top option in mids. Oh, you got 2 transfers, not -4. Yeah, I'd make the transfers then. I think I'd make the transfers. Play Kanai or Hall. I play Hall, Bryce, for the potential attacking returns. C-Matt, no rose tinted glasses. I think both teams will concede. But I think Hall obviously has more potential for attacking returns than Kanate, so I'd play Hall. Okay, I definitely need to do the next team ID, which I believe is Isaac. Kentara, if you pop back on and you don't think I covered what you wanted in your team, shout out again in the chat and I'll come back to you. Isaac, looking for advice for future transfer plans. Did Gordon to Kluivert already this week? Okay, cool. 275k in the world. Man, my subscribers are doing so good. We're doing good, guys. We're all pushing towards that sort of 100k mark as well. It'd be good if I can get many people onto that. Derek, how's it, bro? Are you Safa? You sound like Davey FPL. How's it, mate? Or you're just a cricket fan? How's that? Hey Derek. If you're interested in being a mod for my streams, Derek, I was going to say to you, how do I contact you outside of YouTube? Or just drop me an email. I posted in a reply to your comment. TheEnglishAussie@outlook.com is my email. It'd be pretty cool. It'd be good. Yeah, we're pushing. Started watching you when I was around 500k. That's dope, Isaac, man. That's dope. I'm glad I could be help to get you up that high. That makes me feel good. think like mine's been also like my team since I've been doing this. When I started doing the content creating, I was probably like 800k. Now I'm like 50k this season. So I just felt like I could do a better job than the content creators that are out there at the moment. All right, let's look at this. Also should have benched Robertson or Milenkovic for this game week. So let's look. Alisson in goal. Okay, so firstly, the glaring thing that I can see is that you're gonna need a goalie for game week 29. So unfortunately, you're probably gonna have to move Fabianski to Areola, which is just such a horrible move to make. But makes sense money wise. Then Kirkes, Robertson, Trent, Milenkovic are your defenders this week. You're asking who to start? Nah, probably bench Milenkovic. Bench Milenkovic. I know probably he does have slightly better. I don't know if he even has better clean sheet odds. Yeah, bench Milenkovic. It'd probably be between Milenkovic and Kirkes for me. I almost think like Nottingham Forest can keep Arsenal out at the moment. Or even me, thanks Derek. But yeah, if you're like available for all the live streams and stuff for the rest of the season, and you'll be on to mod and stuff, I think that'd be good. I'd like to have you, and you can maybe help keep me in track with some stuff. But yeah, whatever you're willing to do, man, it's super helpful. We can talk about it over email. Won't waste other people's time. Yeah, Kirkes, Robinson, Trent for me. Then Palmer, Gordon, Salah, Dango. You got Ahmad on the bit, and then Whistlewood, Isak. Yeah, so Graves, Ahmad, Milenkovic, bench, Fabianski. You've probably got like 3.8 mil in the bank once Emery comes out of there. So future transfer plans, obviously Ahmad out. 3.8. Is that enough for Foden? Foden would be great. City. Thinking moving Fabianski for Jose Sarr. Yeah, I mean, you could move for anybody because realistically, it's going to be a short-term pick, right? Like you're going to be, ultimately whoever you pick is going to be for 29, 30, 31 really. And like you're probably going to play Alisson in most of those games. And then you're going to wildcard. Like my advice would be to wildcard in probably 31, just before the double in 32. And probably a double in 33, and then you can free hit 34, and then potentially bench boost in, 33 or 36 really. You could bench boost. Hopefully 33 would be ideal if you wildcard in 31, bench boost 33, free hit 34, then just transfers through to the end. Frank, Golding, start to Cole, Gabriel, Kirkes, Gabriel, and Cole, Gabriel. Not as easy. Oh, that is, yeah, just because it's Southampton, isn't it? Chelsea concede all the time. Chelsea always find a way to concede, man. I think I'd just go Gabriel Kirkes and just assume Chelsea will continue to find a way to concede. Yeah, Isaac, I don't mind Fabianski for Jose Sarr for 29 onwards, really. Wolves obviously have great fixtures. So yeah, I think that's a fine move. I was just suggesting Areola because West Ham obviously have Everton in 29, which I guess is not that easy a game anymore. And he's the cheapest. But yeah, I think Jose Sarr's a fine move. I think you can wait to make the move. Like it's obviously one that you can make further down the line. Cole might even be benched, go for the safe starters. Yeah, but I'm guessing if Cole is benched, he doesn't come off the bench. But I mean, you can't predict that with Maresca really. But yeah, I think definitely you have to make that goalie move at some point in the next 3 weeks. And then Ahmad, like I'd like to say you could go up to like a Foden, but if you can't quite get there, Who else do I like in midfield at the moment? I've got to say, I'm loving the strikers at the moment. I'm a big fan of a lot of the midfielders. The fixtures are not that great for anybody. And you've got Allison, Gordon, Trent, Salah, Isak. You got 5 guys, so you got to make a couple of transfers. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to move Gordon. Oh, Trent, Salah, Isak. You'd be benching Allison anyway. Yeah, so you'll have to move one of Gordon or Trent as well over the next couple of weeks, so that you can have 3 guys on your bench. Those, and the 3 are like the Salah, Isak plus 1, and then probably so Gordon. Let's say Gordon or Trent, Ahmad, and goalkeeper transfer. And then you just got to kind of hope Greaves gets a gig. Keeps playing for Ipswich, yeah. Yeah, so those are your 3 transfers that you got to make. Those are your 3 transfers that you got to make over the next 3 weeks. Oh, you moved Gordon to Clive already. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so that's good. So then, yeah, your transfers are for 28 and 29 are just Ahmad to another midfielder. You probably then have the money for Foden, that's probably where I'd go. Probably go Foden. City fixtures are nice after that. And then, Fabianski for Jose Sarr is nice. I think those were the 2 transfers I'd make towards 29. And then you're looking in a good spot in 29. Nice team, Isaac. Good job, mate. Keep going. Hossam, I'll just pull your team up, mate, if you're still around. 56814. Bone and Cunha instead of Rodgers and Gakpo for a hit. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense actually now looking at your team way more, because you got Digne, Gakpo, Isak, Rodgers, Salah, Trent. That's a lot of guys that are blanking in 29, and you've only got 3 weeks. So yeah, I'd definitely do that. Get rid of Rodgers and Gakpo. You're going to have to take a hit at some point. So yeah, definitely make that change, Bowen and Cunha to Rodgers and Gakpo for a hit. That hit is like not really a -4, it's more of a -2. No worries, Isaac. Oh, I've got to learn to pronounce the names better. You too, mate. Best of luck this week. Yeah, Hossam, sorry, now I can see your full team. It really makes a big difference to me seeing that full team. I'd definitely make those transfers for a -4. Because the reason I say like it's a -2 is because basically it just means you get another player playing in 29. So those are like 2 points for playing rather than having nobody playing. So it's ultimately that -4 is really just a -2. If that makes sense to you guys. Any other team reviews that people want me to look for you guys? I think I've got through everyone, which is nice, and we still have plenty of time to go to the deadline. We've got another hour and a quarter. Then maybe I should look at my own team. I'd love to have a bit of time to look at my team. So I think like my sort of just thoughts on my team at the moment is like, where do I go with Rodgers? I obviously need to get rid of Hall, Rodgers, Rodgers, and then I'll be benching Trent, Salah, Isak in 29. And then I've got 2 up front. I'll have 4 in midfield. I'll be playing 4-4-2, which would be nice. 4-4-2. Yeah, so I don't really know where to go. Like, if I am getting rid of Hall and Rodgers, like, say I get rid of them next week, and then I also would like to make a bit of an attacking move. So I do have that transfer to make an attacking move as well. But also, like, I might need to put some fires out. Like, maybe Timber gets rotated for Ben White. That is probably one of my main concerns, that he does get rotated with Ben White. But Hall for like 8 Nuri, like this week, is it worth that transfer? Newcastle have West Ham the week after. Could do Hall for 8 Nuri this week. That leaves me a bunch of money in the midfield. 9.1. Can't quite get to Phil Foden. I could do Rodgers straight to Bowen this week. But then who would I bench? It would just give me a benching headache. Is Bowen a good shout? I think Bowen's a good shout. I think under Potter as well. Potter's got some good sort of attacking patterns. West Ham have definitely been different, I would say, under Potter. I think offensively they're only going to get better over time. And obviously a great fixture this week against Leicester. But then, yeah, then they have Newcastle in 28 and Everton in 29, which are like not amazing fixtures. So it's not perfect. I would say it's not perfect. But yeah, they have just turned over Arsenal 1-0. So and he just mixes stuff up. Old Potter. They sort of had that 5-3-2 this week that they set up against Arsenal, and they've played 3-4-2-1. They've played 4-2-3-1. They've played like 3 different formations in the last 3 weeks. So he's definitely tactically got different looks that he's able to bring to that team. Which is always good when you've got a player like Bowen, who's just a talismanic player for that side, that he's able to change it up and still get results. So I do think he's nice. I do think he's a nice option. But I just think for my team, like, who do I then, if you look at this, like, who would I then bench? And just have a benching headache if Rodgers was Bowen. I can't bench Wood because Wood is the GOAT of FPL. I can't bench Isak because Isak's just Isak. He's in such good form. I'm not going to bench Wisser at home to Everton. I'm not going to bench Mbeumo at home to Everton. I'm not going to bench Salah. I'm not going to bench Palmer at home to Southampton. Dango is probably the one for me that goes. I'm sweating, mate. Took out Isak. We'll probably bring him back in game week 30. I just think blanks next 2. I don't think that's as wild as you think. I was actually thinking about Isak to Mateta this week. I know that sounds crazy as well, but I think you can definitely, like, if you have an extra transfer, which I do have, you could attack these couple of game weeks. And easily you could bring back Isak in 30 or 31 on a wild card. The only problem with doing it is the money that you lose. Like, you'll lose team value because you probably have like 1 mil cooped up in Isaac, so you probably lose half a mil. Who did you take him out for, Derek? Bench one of Hall, Kirkes and Robinson. Hall? Not because of rose tinted glasses. But the other two definitely have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet. I'm just saying. Fulham v Wolves and Bournemouth v Brighton. And I'd say they're all got good attacking threat. Robinson probably the highest, then maybe... I know Hall got 2 assists last week, but... him and Kirkes probably level attacking threat, I would say. And I think definitely... red tinted glasses really quick. Yeah, he's got me a little bit there. I have all on bench before I asked painful benching him last week though. Yeah, I benched him last week as well, but I think it's just like, you look at the decision you make, I thought it was totally fair decision to bench him last week as well. You can't see those 2 assists coming, especially, I think for me, like, the only thing I think I probably should have done is maybe bench Mikolenko, not had 2 Everton defenders, but I think I was just tired and it was early in the morning and didn't make the right choice. Darren Curzon, hey mate, welcome back. Good morning / evening. I don't know what it is for you. Are you in UK or are you Aussie? If you're Aussie, you're crazy coming in at 4 AM. But then I'm crazy as well, streaming at 4 AM. So yeah, it is what it is. But welcome, mate. Wisser and taking a punt on Bruno. Wow. What's your team ID, Derek? Be good to see your team. Chuck it in chat. You can have a look at it. Bruno v Ipswich. Evening here in the UK. Yeah, man, I wish I was back in the UK at the moment. It'd be so much easier to be streaming at like proper time. Like, was it 4:55 now PM? Lost Aussie Abroad, my guy! Thank you so much for tuning in. No worries that you can't stay. Thank you for showing support for the channel. Enjoy your holiday in Bali, bro. Don't worry about tuning in to listen to me ramble on about fantasy football. Just live life to the fullest. If you're in Abud, give me a shout on my channel. I know a guy that runs a hotel hostel there. He's a top bloke. He is a Chelsea fan, which is an issue, but top bloke. And if I say it's from me, he'll help you out. But yeah, maybe you're staying in even nicer places than that. Yeah, make sure everyone hits the like button, subscribe to the channel. Please try and help this channel grow. It's a small thing for you guys, but like it makes a huge difference. This channel, just a like, even a comment in the comments, a subscribe as well. All of those like super helps this channel get pushed out by YouTube, and like validates me for waking up at 3 AM in the morning. Cheers, Lost Aussie, mate. Have a good one. Tom, should I take a hit to replace one of my 2 £4 million defenders? Otherwise I have to start Kanate. No, just start Kanate. Don't worry about it, start Kanate. You never know, Liverpool could win 2-0. Don't tell Matt, cover his ears. Liverpool could win 2-0. Should I put a bet on 2-0? Liverpool 2-0 Newcastle. 2-0's been going well for me, man. I got it last week. 2-0 v City. No, I don't think we're going to beat Newcastle 2-0. They have too much intensity. Too much intensity to be 2-0 game. I think Newcastle definitely score. But I just play Kanate, man. Don't take a -4. You're going to need a clean sheet. Kanate's going to get you 2 points. If you take a -4 to get rid of your 4.0, even if they get a clean sheet, you end up on the same amount of points. Got my granny subscribed as well, mate. Bryce, mate, you're an absolute legend. Where's Josiah this week, man? Get him in the chat. I know he's young, but I'm happy to like get through his team if he's confident to put his ID in there. I'll be nice to him. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Bryce, mate. Always nice to see you in the chat. I feel like we've got a really good, like, I know I'm trying to push for like more subscribers and stuff, but I feel like we have a really good like base of people that join. It's cool night, he's in bed already. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's good. Get him studying. Yeah, I feel like we have a really good base of people that join and like discuss stuff, and I think we have some like good open discussions. Like, I definitely take on board stuff that people say in this chat. Like, I'm not one of those content creators that think I know everything. Like, I don't know everything. I do think I know more than a lot of the other content creators, but that's just footballing knowledge. But yeah, definitely, like, there are things that like discussing with you guys really helps clear minds and things as well. And now I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with my team. It's great. I've never had this long on the stream to think about what I'm going to do with my team. Nobody comment. No, I'm joking. Please comment in the chat. Please put your team IDs in there if you're interested. I think Derek, I said, like, if you have your team ID, chuck it in, mate. It'd be good to see your team. Darren as well. Did you have a question for me, Darren? Sorry, man. JP benched last week to miss out on 12. Damn, I'm not sure if I dare to play him this week or not. I think he'll start for sure. Like, he's a talisman of that team. I know he was benched for a couple of weeks, but I don't think Herzog will continue to bench him. Actually, I'm far more personable than others. Thanks, Darren, man. Appreciate that. I really enjoy interacting with you guys on stream. That's why I wake up at 3 AM to stream. Because like this is probably the bit that I enjoy the most. And the videos in the week are just like, I'm just trying to help you guys in the week, like make decisions and look at stuff. But yeah, I definitely prefer the live streams. But I think for the rest of the season, they're all at reasonable times for me, because the one that is like a midweek Wednesday at like this sort of time, I'm actually in Cyprus playing cricket for the national team at that time. So I'll be in Europe, which means the time will be good for me to stream. So no more like 2:45 alarms. Honestly, this morning was so bad. My parents are visiting at the moment, so we were out in the city, and we came back maybe like 11:30. I had to prepare all the team news for this, and like the slides, and then I probably went to bed at midnight. I managed to get that all done in like an hour, like very quickly. And then I woke up at what, 2:45? No, what time does the stream start? Yeah, 2:15. So I had like 1 hour 45 minutes sleep so far today. Brilliant. Vinny Daniel, is Bowen a good captain? No, he's not. He's not. He's not a good captain. Thanks, Brycey. My cousin in on tends to send WhatsApp messages at my 3 AM. I haven't figured out how to stop the noise on the notifications. Still works both ways. Man, honestly, just put your phone on silent, non-vibrate at night. Just put it on silent mode. Like, genuinely, like, I have that problem as well, because like, I obviously have like family in the UK and like friends from like high school and uni and stuff. So I literally have my phone on silent, non-vibrate all day. People in Australia get pissed off because I never pick up the phone, but I always will call them back after. But maybe don't do it in the day, but just at night, just put it on silent, non-vibrate. Hill, hey bro, what's going on? Clivert or Dango, I'll play both and bench Isaac. Probably Dango, bench Clivert. Edwin, hey man. No, you had a disaster last week with captaincy and bench. No, what happened? Get your team ID in. Let me have a look. Need some therapy and tips, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, like when you have some shitty weeks, like I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, I benched Wood. He scored a hat trick, and I woke up. That was the week I woke up and did like a watch along stream for Bournemouth Liverpool. And I swear to God, like that entire. Luckily, like I'll be honest, like I was pretty happy that my Wi-Fi broke midway through that watch along stream, and then I just was like, screw it, I'm going to bed. Because I wanted to like snap everything in front of me and like punch my screen, and I was in pain. But honestly, like when those sort of shitty things happen, just like take a break, man. Like I just took like 2 days off. I didn't post any videos. I didn't reply to any comments. And then I got back to it. Sometimes you need that when you get pissed off. I know FPL is just a game, but sometimes it does get really annoying. Especially when you think like you didn't deserve what happened. And other people like get super lucky and you're like, come on man. These people know nothing. Sometimes that happens. Especially when I watch like other content creators that make stupid decisions. You can't. Edwin, come on man. You went for the big differential on Dango. The big differential on Dango. Okay, I'm feeling your pain now. I'm feeling your pain. Bench JP, the 12 points. Yeah, tough week for you, mate. But let's look at it this way. You are only like -7 points, like only a 7-point red arrow. That is not the end of the world. It could have been way worse. And you haven't even used your assistant manager chip now, so mate, that's worth like a couple of 100k in rank at least from where you are at the moment. So don't be too upset. We've seen progress over the last like 10-11 weeks or so, gone up a couple of mil. Frederick, hey man. Should I do Rogers to Enzo? Yeah, Rogers to Enzo is a fine move. Frederick. Edward, thinking of either doing Rogers and Kunku, Kudus, Matoma, or just roll, or do a double with both Rogers and Trent out for Bowen and Guardiola. Ooh. Yeah, you got one say transfer. What did we talk about with your team? You're going to need to make a goalie transfer. Noted. And then you got Trent, Salah, Rogers, Isak, Mateta. Those 5, of which you're going to have to move Trent, Salah, Rogers, Isak, Mateta. You're going to have to move 2. Those are probably going to be Rogers and Trent. So you're just doing that now. Any other Rogers replacement suggestions? Yeah, like I think there's a few. I think you can go Pedro Neto at Chelsea. I think the Chelsea ones are just difficult because, and this is for both play Hodgson or Munoz. Munoz. And this is for both of you, Frederick and Edwin. Like thinking about. I don't think you need to take Mateta out. You can leave him. But yeah, like 2003 Switching 28. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's totally fair. Totally fair. I'm just thinking long term. But yeah, for Rogers' perspective, like the other people, like I don't think there's that many great options at that price point. I think you're right. Matoma at the moment is in really nice form. Could be a good option. Kluivert for me is probably the best option at the moment. It would be Dango if it wasn't for Evan Nilsson like almost being fit again. So like longer term, I prefer Dango. Maybe just this week, longer term I prefer Kluivert. Just this week, I would prefer Dango. And then the others around that price point are like Ilanga, who I actually prefer from like 29 for Forest when they have Ipswich. He's playing in that 3-5-2 up front with Chris Wood at the moment. Along with Gibbs White, I think Gibbs White's also fine. Then you've got like some of the not as good options, which are like one of those Chelsea 3. So it could be like Pedro Neto and Kunku or Enzo. So what happened this week with Chelsea was they actually played Pedro Neto in the false 9. They played Nkunku on the left wing and they played Palmer on the right wing. And they played Enzo in the 10 role in attacking midfield. And then it was like Reece James and Caicedo in defensive midfield. So Maresca's like really mixing stuff up. So for me, I just think like definitely great week, great fixtures for Chelsea, Southampton and Leicester. And if you can pick the right Chelsea player, I'm sure you will do well. But it's really hard to pick between Enzo and Kunku and Neto. So for me, maybe you just do go for elsewhere where you feel a little bit more confident with the players. Also I think Bowen as an option, but he's a little bit more XY. So yeah, around that price point, I would say, look, Neto, Enzo, and Kunku, the options are there. The options are there. Like, they're all reasonable, but you just don't know how it's going to work in Maresca's rotation, and who's going to be in the best place to get the points. Then outside of that, if you're moving Rodgers in 29, I think Elanga's definitely the best replacement. If you're moving him right now, I think Kluivert's the best replacement. And your other options are like maybe a Mitoma as second best, maybe a Bowen if you do have a little bit of extra money to stretch up to there. And then a right wing suggestion would be Kevin Schade at Brentford, but his minutes are an issue. So scrap that. And Kunku has 0.75 XG per 90, and Neto hasn't looked that good. Yeah, but Kunku could just get dropped. But you know, I'm not saying like totally ignoring Kunku, but let me look at that, what you just said, the XG per 90, because that doesn't seem right to me. But I'm going to look it up right now. That seems super high for Kunku. No, that's not correct. Oh damn, that is correct. Wow. It's actually 0.84. It's actually 0.84. 0.57 expected goals and 2.7 expected assists. Wow. That didn't feel like that could be right. And Boomerang for Gordon from -4, nah, definitely not. I touched dead pigeons. Bro, I'm scared of pigeons. That's a fear of mine. But yeah, no, don't do that. Why not? -4, like, and Mbeumo could score a goal. It's the same as Gordon doing nothing. Next week, Gordon has West Ham. It's quite a nice fixture. I'd just leave him. No point doing that for a -4. It's a waste of a hit. Just roll the transfer. Punts and do well, I think. Might double down and go for Cougar, just roll. Alright, sorry Evan, do I have your thing? Do I have your team on screen? No, here it is. I heal Captain Palmer or Captain Salah. My captaincy is on Mo at the moment. My reasoning behind that is just form. And the fact that Salah's trying to break all the records this season. He's trying to break Henry's 20 assists. He's probably trying to break Haaland's 36 goals. Like, he's going to be wanting that ball. Especially now Liverpool beat City and look a bit better to win the league. Owamara Ayomide. I think I've seen you before on the channel, mate. So if I'm correct, welcome back. Team is Fleck and Gabriel Robinson, Mikalenko, Matone. One free transfer, 2.9 in the back. Roll or do a die to Cunha. I don't want to bench any of my midfielders. Die/Gakpo to Cunha or roll. Mitoma, Palmer, Salah, Elanga, Kluivert. Salah, Gakpo, Isak. Ndai. It'd probably be Ndai to Cunha. I don't know why you'd have a problem with benching Elanga against Arsenal. Well, even though I've been talking highly of Elanga, but I think this week is not a great fixture for him. He just did it mad to Matoma and slot to Glasner last week. Nice, very nice transfers. Yeah, Frederick, I can, mate. Put your team ID in the chat as well. I'll do you after I do Edwin. I'm just looking at your team, Edwin, mate. Just looking at your team now. Palmer and Bumo, Salah, Dango. Trent. Salah, Rogers, Isak. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you roll this week. I think you move Rogers. I think you move Rogers and Trent. I think you make the move. I don't even mind Rogers to Matoma. I don't mind Rogers to Nkunku, man. I really don't. I don't mind that. But just be clear that this pretty much locks you into a wildcard 2 for 31-ish, 31. Because like, you're not going to want to hold Nkunku long term. Like, maybe you want to hold him through to 30, 31, 32, but that's it. I think just like, you don't need to make a double move. Like, you don't need to move Trent, because that's what you're going to do, right? You're going to move Trent as well, aren't you? Yeah, I don't think Trent to Guardiola is the right move for this week, because I think Tottenham will score against City. I think Trent's probably just as likely as Guardiola attacking returns, and more likely a defensive one. And then next week Liverpool have Southampton, so you probably want to just keep Trent for that one as well. Transfer out money from Bowen, yeah. Yeah, I don't know though, because I think like Trent in 28 v Southampton is probably worth having. As much as Bowen would be good this week, Trent will be good in 28. So yeah, it's probably a Rodgers move for me. I mean, if you hold it one more week, you can go Rodgers to Elanga next week, which I like. And you just play João Pedro for Rodgers this week. I think you can do that. I think you could roll it, Edwin. And next week, just go Rodgers to Elanga. Is it crazy to roll that team? I don't think so. I think you could roll it. It's a good team. It's a good team. Just remember that. It's a good team. Your team is a good team right now. Just don't captain Dango again. Yeah, Frederick, I'll do you now, mate. I think you can roll it again. I I think you can roll it again. Pedro is decent this week anyway. Yeah, I think so. Bench Rodgers, Hodgson and Mikalenko. Every time I bench Elanga this season, he scored double digits or scored. We'll bench him next week when Edwin brings him in. And switch him out last minute. Did you guys see how FPL didn't do the deadline on time last week? Finners! Let's go! You had 2 shitty weeks, need a great hour. Alright, I'll get your team up in a sec, Finners. I know your team number, don't worry. Off by heart by now. It's because you haven't been watching me lately. Oh mate, that's the problem. That's the problem. Gotta get back on the English Aussie, mate. Don't bring in an assistant manager. I don't need to look at your team to know that you don't do that yet. But that's also like why you have got some red arrows, because if you haven't used the AM chip, like probably quite a lot of people have around your rank. Frederick. Alright, what were we saying with yours, Frederick? We were talking about thinking about wildcard Gameweek 30 and you have 5.4 for G for Sir Rogers by Edzo. Yeah, okay. You got Trent, Rogers, Salah, Isaac, Canate, and Jebson and John. Yeah, you're in trouble for 29, man. Are you planning to free hit in 29, Frederick? Because you can't, you're not going to get there with 11 playing players. You got no chance. You're not? Because like your team would at the moment, you got Trent, Rogers, Salah, Isaac, Canate, and then Johnson's not playing, Jefferson's not playing. That's 7 players that you've got. So you'd have to make 4 transfers. Then bench Salah, Isaac, plus I'm assuming Trent. Yeah. So you have to make 4 transfers in between then. So you're saying take a hit, okay. Oh, Amara, I'm dying. It's horrible for you. What's been going on? Transfer Rogers, Canate, and Jefferson. Yeah, right, okay. But then, like, who do you really go for around that price? You don't really have anybody that. I'd almost say you kind of have to take Trent out for the money. Because you need some cash to be upgrading Jefferson. Do you know what I mean? You want to go Jefferson to like Cunha or something. And you need the only way you're going to get there is by taking it out of Trent. So you have to keep an eye. But then you don't really want to get rid of Trent until 29. So you got to try and roll. And then Rogers, you get 0.8 for the manager. Yeah, okay, cool. So you got 1 in 1 mil in the bank. Thinking like Beto. Nah, man, just try and get someone good. I think just get rid of Trent. Not that big a deal. You can bring him back on a wild card when you said you're wild carding in like 30 or 31. No, I know your team ID Finners. Don't even post it. 1221300 before you post it. Don't even post it. I know it off by heart. I know you haven't been around for 2 weeks, mate, but I haven't forgotten about you. Don't worry. Do you know who else hasn't been about for a couple of weeks? Levu. Levu, if you're somewhere in the world, come back to my channel. You're so funny. Is Palmer captaincy a good choice, or just stick with Salah? I think Palmer captaincy is a fine choice. I think it's a close call. I would prefer Salah. The only thing is I have slot value in Trent. Yeah, but like Trent's not essential. Trent's not essential. He's not essential. All the best, Nish. All the best, mate. Have a good night. Good luck this week. I just think like the rest of your team is better if you get rid of Trent. I think Palmer starts in the 10, Pedro Neto starts on the right, and Sancho on the left. But let's see. I actually don't really know how Chelsea are going to set up. That's just like how I think they should set up. But yeah, so it'd probably be like, yeah, I don't know, Trent down to somebody. Probably Forest defender in 29. I think you can do Rodgers to Enzo this week. I think you can do that move. For your team, it might work. If you do that, you got 1 mil in the bank. You can maybe move Canate down to someone and then get the money to go. No, you can't. You have to move Trent. Yeah. Can't see any other way around it. I think you've got to move Trent. Yeah, Rodgers to Enzo's fine. Frederick, mate. Rodgers to Enzo's fine. Probably worth doing just in case Rodgers doesn't play. I'd say it's probably a good move. Alright, Goat. It's your turn, mate. Great live, my friend. I'm out to have a nap before the games. Good luck. Watch out for cold tonight. Yeah, good luck, Bruta. I appreciate you, mate. You're an absolute legend. And thanks so much for like also just being a sounding board for me sometimes. I know like get super tired and like I felt a bit burnt out at times. So I appreciate you on Twitter. Good luck this week, mate. I'm backing you for number one rank FPL this year. That's what I want to see. Keep going. Fitness, mate. Red arrows. It's not what I like to see, bro. Couple of red arrows as well, down from 337. We had such a good week with that triple captain in 24, man. And 2 bad weeks in a row. Alright, what are we looking for here? Top 500k, how far are we? How far are we off the top 500k? 23 points. Alright, that's not too bad. We can catch up. Man, it was just last week. It was a real bad week. You even captain Salah. It's because everyone had like assistant manager. Thanks, Maria. Good luck, bro. Catch you later. Mikaela Gawida is brewed up, by the way, for everyone. Did anyone else say stuff? Oh, Amara, AMED. Sorry, man. I know we were talking about some other stuff. I maybe ignored your comments a little bit, but when I forced my team for double game week, sold and Taylor, scored brace, sold Munoz, sold Wood, he got a hat trick. Yeah, man. I benched Wood for that hat trick as well. You benched Lang, you got the hat trick assist. Oh man. You just be unlucky, man. Honestly, like sometimes, like I mean, that sort of unluckiness is like, what have you done to people recently, man? That's like bad karma. Or maybe like you're due now a bunch of good karma, Amara. I reckon you're due some good stuff happening in your life now. And man, take the good stuff happening in life rather than getting Chris Wood's hat trick. So I hope good stuff happens to you in your life. Phillips didn't do any subs this week unless everyone used assistant. Yeah, man, that's 200k. Trust me, that assistant manager's worth 200k rank. At 750, I think it's worth 200k rank. You get 3 weeks of it, that'll be like 30 points. You're about 30 points off 400k. Definitely worth 200k. Your rank right now, so don't worry about it. Think of yourself around 500k at the moment. I think that AM chip's going to be 31, 32, 33 for you. You probably have to use it. J, Cucurella in for a -4 from Kirkes. I'm free hitting in 29. No, that sounds stupid. Don't do that. Just play Kirkes. If Cucurella keeps a clean sheet, you're just 0 point difference. And also Chelsea will keep a clean sheet, which they don't do. And if Kirkes does anything, then you're just screwed. So please don't do that. It's a bad move. If it wasn't for a -4, I'd say it. It's nice. Kentaro, Rare or Pickford? Hey Kentaro. No worries, Jay. Well guys, please remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. It'll really help my channel grow. I really appreciate it. We're doing really good at the moment. We're about 1.1k subscribers. We're trying to get to 1.5k by the end of the season. I know it's only a small thing for some of you guys, but it really makes a huge difference to me. So if you can, I would super appreciate it. Wallahi, billahi, talahi, good to see you again, mate. I've seen you before. Phillips, I'm still doing a team. I'm still doing it. I'm coming back. Bench 1, Mbumo, Clivert, Dango, Mateo, Wood, Isak. Clivert this week. Raya or Pickford, Kentaro, Raya. Raya, yeah, definitely Raya. Ramford, the Everton. Yeah, any other chips I should use? I would be looking, Finners, if I was you. I want to try and get you 329 without using one. So you got Kanate, Salah, Gordon, Isak, Gakpo. So you got 5. You got 1 save transfer. You got 2 transfers this week. I'd be playing. Get rid of Kanate this week for 8 Nuri. Play 8 Nuri. That's one of your Liverpool assets out of the way, dealt with. And you're going to keep Salah and Isak for the. You're probably going to keep Salah and Isak for over the blank. Then you just have to decide whether you want to keep Gordon or Gakpo. Probably be Gordon for me, based off Newcastle's fixtures the other side of it, but I don't mind Gakpo. Sorry, I'm not here, but Raya or Pickford. I said play Raya, Kentaro, and bench Pickford. Thoughts on playing the assistant manager on Glasner this week? Is it already activated, Dre, or you're thinking of activating it now? I'd say if it's already activated, yeah, Glasner's good. Who would I bring in for Gakpo, Finners? Cunha or Mamouche. But the fact that you've got Foden, I'd probably just bring in Cunha, because you've already got Foden in your team. So I don't know if double Man City is too bold. But I do like Mamouche as like a bit of a differential to everyone else that no one really has. But I mean, yeah, Cunha is also someone that people are looking to bring in at the moment, but he is a good option. But I think, yeah, lots of good strikers. Activating it now? Nah, I wouldn't activate it now, Dre. I would try and wait till like 31, because then what you can do is 31 you play him, then 32 you'll have a double where you can go Glasner against Newcastle and City, or you could go like just Newcastle's double, which would be Palace and Man United. And then 33 you're probably going to get some double game weeks as well, so you could get like the same that people got playing at 24, 25, 26. You get 5 fixtures out of the assistant manager rather than just like 3 you'd get if you activated it now. So I'd wait. So yeah, Finners, Gakpo for Cunha, Kanate for 8 Nuri. You could really do it this week, and then you could play Sells, Aina, Robinson, 8 Nuri. Clivert, Salah, Foden, Palmer, Gordon, Wood, Isak. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to move Gakpo this week. Oh, no, I'd probably just move him. Be a benching headache this week. Oh, maybe just bench Gordon this week. Liverpool are not going to push Trent that high because they don't want Gordon to catch him out on the counter. Yeah, probably Gakpo to Cunha, Kanate to Ait Nuri, bench Gordon, Mikolenko, Greaves. Then you're in a pretty good place for the next couple of weeks where you just, I don't even know what I'd do with your team. I think it looks nice. I think just be consistent here, Finners, mate. Just be consistent here. Don't worry about a couple of red arrows just because people use AM chip. Like, just be consistent, don't do anything silly, just keep trying to gain a rank. Let's try and get top 500k, then we'll try and get top 400k, and then we'll just keep moving. I'm hopeful that when we use your chips, when we use that AM chip, we can gain at least 200k in rank. No worries, Dre. Please remember to like and subscribe, guys. I know I keep saying it, but it really does help the channel. 1.15k subscribers now. We just recently monetized the channel, or like first stage of monetization, which allows like super chats and stuff. Hopefully like linking some merch shops, which I will try and put out with some of you guys' favourite teams. I'm going to create some merch for you guys and sell it. I'm working on the suppliers from different areas of the world. One to bench from Hall, Huijsen and Castagna. Gita. Good question, Gita. Probably be Castagna. Probably be Castagna. I think the others have more attacking threat. Does that sort of solve everything for you, Finis? Does that solve everything for you? Should do, hopefully. And then if we think about like your next couple of weeks, once you make those transfers, can I take he's like plus 0.5 mil. Gakpo to Cunha, probably another plus 0.5 mil. You'll have 1 mil in the bank. You could potentially upgrade Greaves at some point as well. And then if we think about your other chips usage, if you're AMing 31 to 33, you're probably not going to wildcard in 30. No, maybe you do. Maybe you have to wildcard in 30. Or you wildcard in 32 if you AM in 32. You might have to wildcard early Finners in 30. And then AM 31 to 33. Free hit in 34, and then just make it through the season. It's going to be risky wildcarding in 30 because you're not going to know what weeks the double game weeks are going to be in, but you're going to know the teams that are doubling. So I think you just load up on those players. Use your free hit in 34 when they all blank. And then maybe you just bench boost in 36. There'll probably be a few doubles there. Your other option is you AM 36 to 38, you wildcard 31 and you bench boost 32 or 33, which is a little bit easier to control and a bit less risky, but probably lower upside. be lower upside, but you'd have more data to make your decisions because you'd be able to wildcard at 31. And by then we probably know when the double game week, who are playing in which double game weeks. But if I were you, I'd probably go for the higher upside, the more risky approach, based off your rank and where you want to finish. Unless like any of your mini leagues, you don't want to take that sort of risk. But yeah, if I were you, probably wildcard 30, AM 31 to 33, free hit 34, and bench boost in 36. It's a bit of a gamble play, but I think it could work. But we can talk about it just before game week 30 when the FA Cup quarter-final matches are done. We should talk about it. So put that in your diary. Make sure you don't miss my live stream in 29, or in general just ping me on like comments or something or wherever. Because I think I'm going to be in Cyprus playing cricket that game week. I think I moved my flights. I actually not moved my flights, but I booked my flights so that I wouldn't miss that game week deadlines, because that's a super important deadline, that one. The game week 30 deadline. It's going to be big decisions to be made about whether you wildcard on that deadline. I might even wildcard on 30. I'd like to wait to 31 for more info, but I just feel like 30 could be so good because you got like Palace v Southampton, you got City v Leicester, you got Bournemouth v Ipswich. There's so many like games that are like just spicy to be going into, especially considering you probably won't have any Palace players, and then you go straight into Palace v Southampton with a few of them, and then Palace are obviously doubling in 32, so you probably want those Palace players as well. And then if they make the FA Cup semis, which they could, if they got an easy draw this round, and then if they get a nice draw the next round, then they're going to probably double in 33 as well, or 36. But probably, yeah, they could double 32, 33. So I'd be like, if you work hard at 30, you get in like Mateo, Munoz, maybe even Henderson in goal. Might even go triple Palace. Crazy. Double if you still have AM, because you might want to use it on Glasner. Will we have enough double info on the double game weeks for wildcard 30? Yeah, so we should, yeah, like, well, no, that's not entirely true. We will know what teams are doubling. We just don't know, we won't know what game weeks they're doubling in. So, I wonder if this will... My defence shaky, see Gabriel, Tarkowski and Hodgson. Any thoughts, Adam? Who's your bench, Brian? Yeah. Sorry, I know that this is a bit annoying. How do I even make this more clear? Oh yeah, so these are the quarterfinals. So just before the deadline, you'll know who's made the FA Cup semi-finals. I guess Keen. Brian, what's your work phase yet? What's your team ID, man? Can we look at this? We haven't looked at it yet, have we? Just want to make sure I'm giving you correct advice on these things. Yeah, Tarkowski's the only one that's bad. Gabriel Hodgson's alright, Tarkowski just against Brentford's tough. But Everton have been in great form, so you never know. Yeah, so Niels, we'll know the who makes the semis, so who will blank in 34. You'd guess that they'd probably go into 33 or 36, but some of those doubles may go into 31 and 32 as well, because like they don't really care about European League games these days. They've been really that's like, as you can see from Newcastle going in there. This is what no one else has been like. None of the other content creators have been saying this, but they could go in 31 or 32. Could bring Munoz in for a sub. No, I think I said to you, Brian, I wanted to know the rest of your team because of this, because if you bring Munoz in, you're not free hitting in 29. Munoz is going to blank. It's going to be another person that you have that's not playing. It's not going to be good. Not going to be good. Pedro to Cunha for a -4. Nope. Don't do that, Andrew. Not a good move. Sorry, I'm just charging my phone because it just died. Did I miss the score predictions yet? Actually, I didn't. I have not done score predictions this week. To be honest, I just don't have time. But I can actually potentially do them live. Should we do them live? Thanks for the reminder, Bryce. Sometimes you gotta keep me in check, you know. Can't have me like running away with my own thoughts. I'm not doing the score predictions for you guys. Guys, for those of you that are watching, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel. I know you're bored of my own voice if you've been watching for a while and you've already subscribed and liked, but I've got to keep saying it just in case people are joining, because it really does make a difference to my channel, and it's super helpful for me. So thank you for those of you that have already done so, and please do for those of you that haven't, and get your friends onto the channel. For those of you that are on the channel and have already subscribed, let them know. Fundles, bench one of Salah, Palmer, Kluivert, Dango, Bowen, Isak, have Trent, Wissa, have Pickford and Mateo. Yeah, I mean Trent makes no difference to me, I'm not going to bench Isak. Pickford makes no difference to me, not going to bench Wissa. I would bench Kluivert. Drop a like, subscribe, it's free, legend. Thanks Brycey. Let's do these score predictions. Are we doing score predictions or my cheating predictions where I do like both teams to score? Are we going to do score predictions, like actual score predictions? Should I sell Hall for 8 Nuri moment? Yeah, do that. Good setup for 29. I'm probably going to do that at some point. Yeah, sorry, before I do this, Bryce, did I actually want to make changes this week or not? I can't remember what I wanted to do. Did I want to make any changes to my team? Hall taking Nuri was not bad. Maybe I could do that this week. I could actually make that sub this week. Like, why am I rolling? If I make that sub, is that not beneficial to my team this week? I don't really need to roll. Like, I know what transfers I'm going to make. If I make them now, is it beneficial? Like, this is my team. Sells or Henderson in goal? Sells. Yoav Portal. Should I sub all that for 8 Nuri? What do you guys think? Fundles, man, don't retract your message. My rank is great, thanks Omar, bro. Yeah, I was up to about 35k before, and then I mean, honestly, like, before last week, I was just, similar to you, man, I just got so unlucky. Like, so many, like, crazy things were happening that I was just like, I don't know how people were getting these points, like, they don't deserve a lot of the points, and then, like, I was just getting super unlucky. Couldn't you info and die bench one Alanga Clive at Matoma? I'd get for any either. This week I'd bench Alanga via Arsenal. Anyone have a view on whether I should sell Hall for 8 Nuri this week? I think that's the only defender I would want. Unless I go to Gvardiol in 29. No, even 29 I probably want 8 Nuri. Now that Hall got those 2 assists last week, maybe I just leave him in. They're going to double up down that left hand side against Trent, who's going to push on and try and pin him back. Salah's going to have to work back. They're going to make sure they push Hall on because they want Salah to be tracking back, tire him out, make sure he can't go forwards as much. Just sort of makes sense to have him in the team from a tactical perspective for Newcastle. Just feel like that's what they would do. Then who do I have first on the bench, Mikolenko or FaZe? Bench Wood, Dango or Clivert this week. Dango probably later in the future, Abhishek, because of Evan Nilsson, but for this week, I'd bench Clivert. Pripal, play Wood or Szoboszlai? Play Wood, but that's purely that I'm triggered by the fact. No, play Wood. Yeah, in fact, in that situation, I'd still play Wood. Here comes all the last minute questions, people. All right. In the meantime, we'll do the predictions. Bryce, Brighton, Bournemouth. I'm gonna go 3-1 Bournemouth away. Palace Villa. My brother said 1-1. Let's back him 1-1. Wolves v Fulham. Two. Desmond Toots. Guys, 10 minutes left to the deadline, so if you do have any final thoughts or questions, chuck them in the chat. I'll answer quickly, or I can put you up on the screen. Do the team review. Make sure you lock in your teams, lock in your transfers, etc. Should I captain Palmer or Salah? I think Salah. Who plays first? Chelsea play tonight? Yes, if Palmer blanks tonight, I'm going to be in such a good mood. If Palmer scored a hat-trick tonight, it's alright, I can live. Live in hope. Chelsea Southampton, man, surely Chelsea's 4-0. 4-0 Chelsea. 4-1. Chelsea can't keep clean sheets. 4-1. Brentford Everton. Everton 1-0 win. Away from home at Brentford. Crazy, but I need to go for some rogue picks. I would keep your bench order. Rodgers either starts or doesn't play. I like Nuri play only if you make him start. Yeah, Nuri's going to just come in for Hall and start. You think I should do that? Worth laying an Arsenal mid and benching a Bournemouth mid? Darren? What do you mean, laying a Arsenal mid? What does that mean? If you got 2 Bournemouth midfielders, maybe 1-0 Everton, I'd take that. Matt, of course you're here for the Everton, my backing of Everton. I'm a big Everton supporter now. Now they finished playing Liverpool. Darren, what is your... I didn't understand your question. Playing a Arsenal midfielder and benching a Bournemouth mid? Who's the Arsenal midfielder? Trossard? No, I'm not a big fan of that. I actually probably would not do that. Are you saying you got 2 Bournemouths? No, I wouldn't do that. I'd play the Bournemouth mid. Arsenal have not been good in open play. Not been good in open play. Man United v Ipswich. Ipswich 2-1. Just to piss off United fans. Just, oh man, you're making me think about doing this Aiden to Hall transfer now, Niels. Sorry, Hall to Aiden transfer. Odegaard have 2 Bournemouth mids. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I think that's right, Darren. I'd probably do that as well. I think you're right. Oh man, this Aiden thing's you in my head, Niels. I think maybe that's the right thing to do. What did he do last week? He kept a clean sheet against Bournemouth. Oh yeah, but they went down to 10 men. He's got 3 goals and 5 assists this season, but not really recently done much. Why am I not doing that move? Why am I not doing that move? I don't know. Palmer cap or just stick to Salah? I've gone Salah, but Palmer's fine. My rank isn't great, currently on 2 mil. Yeah, but you just got to make the best decisions. You just got to make the best, whatever you think is the best decision. You'll get people that will captain the other player. It'll be pretty close split this week. So if you captain Salah or Palmer, like you're not going to gain more rank by going against Salah. So I think you captain who you think is the best option. Yeah, I think it's Salah, but I guess we'll see. I think go with your gut, mate. You're due some good karma, Amara, mate. You're due some good karma. So I'm sure whatever you think is going to go well. I'm a big fan if you back Salah, because then that good karma might blow over to me and my picking of Salah as well. So go for Salah. 5 minutes to deadline, guys. I mean, you never know, the deadline might get extended again this week like it did last week. It didn't click. I'm sure FPL are not going to make that mistake again, because that was big time drama. Seriously, Hull v 8 Nuri. Niels, come back here. Talk to me. Bench Gakpo or Elanga? Bench Elanga. I don't know if Gakpo will start, I'll be honest, but I'd rather the option of having him. Elanga v Arsenal's tough. Elanga or Matoma, and still bench Elanga. It's purely because I think versus Arsenal is tough. That's why I bench Elanga. Elanga or Climate. Still Elanga. No one. Wolves' defence looks better and 8 Nuri is super attacking. Yeah. Why don't you play Mikalenko? Because I did predict 1-0. Yeah, I know, but I can't play non-attacking defenders because I can't predict clean sheets. Like, clean sheets are so hard to predict correctly. Bench Dango or Semenyo. Easy one. If you're coming in with quick fire questions like this, please like my video, subscribe to my channel. I'm helping you out. Do it. Do it. Get to the chopper. You can do it. Okay, hopefully he doesn't haul, fingers crossed. Yeah, so Palmer plays first, so we'll either be crying or laughing. Haul to 8 Nuri could be a good shout. Everyone's telling me now. Alright guys, in the chat we trust. I'm gonna do it so you guys can see it. In the chat we trust. Haul. Is there any reason that I didn't want to do this? Because I've definitely thought about this. YouTube podcast is working for me now. Could you please put more of your videos on it? Oh, sick. Subscribe, here's the code. Thanks, man. Frank Golding, start 2, Cole, Gabriel Kirkes. I think I said, man, Gabriel Kirkes earlier. Sorry if you missed that. 8 Nuri. 8 Nuri. Do I do this? Dango or Bowen. Is it worth the transfer? What, Dango to Bowen? No, I'll probably just leave Dango for now. Probably just leave Dango for now. He's playing up front for Bournemouth. I'd rather have Dango than Bowen this week. While everyone else is not playing yet. Start Wood or Rogers. Wood. Rank. I'm going to make this transfer. Hang on guys, just let me think about this. Captain's on Salah. I think I was going to make this transfer anyway. There's nobody else that I prefer. So why not just make it this week? Because next week Newcastle play West Ham, but Wolves play Everton. So I was thinking of next week. TikTok ain't no bit ahead of the curve. Yeah, I'm not worried about price though. Just worried about maximising my points. Wolves don't keep a lot of clean sheets. Neither did Newcastle. Fuck it, man, I'm gonna do it. I've done it, I've made the transfer, 1 minute to go, oh my god. Guys, this is all you guys. Let's go, Ryan. Are we going to get some news of doubles ahead of next game week deadline? If so, it might be worth rolling. Too late, man. Nah, not next week. We won't. We'll get the news on doubles. Probably, yeah. 29, we'll know who's doubling. 30, we might know when they're doubling. I think we should get a bit more news. Like, are we locked? No, one more. Almost locked. Almost locked. 1 minute. That's it. Deadline passed. Ryan ain't Nuri in my team. Let's see. Has it actually locked or not? Has the FPL actually fucked it again? No, I think it's actually legitimately. Game's updating. Yeah, I think it's dead. I think they just killed the game. You know how it normally says the game is updating, but it doesn't. Best assistant manager for this week, probably Glasgow. He's got a table bonus again. But I wouldn't be playing assistant manager this week if you haven't already activated it. I haven't really looked at assistant manager this week, I've got to be honest. What we will get news of, Matt, is I think, is it this week that we got FA Cup 5th round? I think we got FA Cup 5th round. Yeah, I think like FPL, the website's dead, which means that they've closed it properly this. Yeah, they've They don't want the dramas they had before, where people, I think like second in the world or something made a transfer or changed their manager at like 20 minutes past the deadline, and ended up first in the world or something last week, and there was like big drama about it on Twitter. Jafari, hey bro, glad you catch part of the stream. Ken, nice of you to join, mate. I know it's right at the end, but good for you to be here. Appreciate you joining the channel, Cam. Hopefully I can help you with your team as we go on. If you want to do some team reviews of your teammate, if you post your team ID next week on the deadline stream, might be a bit better the US time next week. Deadline, and then we can chuck your stuff up on screen like this basically. So a last minute change, ran Nuri into my team. Wild. Thank you everyone in the chat, because I'm not going to thank you if Lewis Hall scores, but for now I'll thank you. I had been thinking about it, so like, I don't know. Also, I trust a few of you guys that were talking. You guys give me good advice. Niels, Matt, all of you guys. You guys are pretty trustworthy. Good night, Matt. Best of luck to you, mate, as well this week. You captain PALMER this week. It's attitude. Don't know if I can support that, mate. Don't know if I'll support you, but I'll support PALMER to score for you, but then Salah to score too. Where do we find our team ID, Ken? What's the best way? Yeah, so if you go to points on the FPL app, you won't be able to do it at the moment, but let me see if I can show you what I mean on the screen. So, like at the top of this web page, this FPL web page, when you go to like the points section, which we obviously can't see at the moment, in the website ID, it will have something like, I wonder if I can get back to, here, I'll have something like this. I'll post in the chat now. Have something like that in the website ID, and then like ID would be the 44462253 number. But you have to be on like computer or like viewing from an internet browser. You can't do it from the app. You can't find it on the app. Which is a bit annoying. I don't know. They should really change that so you can see it on the app. Yeah, well guys, I think it's now 5:05 AM for me, and I have to get up for work in 3 hours. So thank you all so much for joining the stream. I really appreciate all of you guys. Good to see you guys. If it's late or early on the stream, it's always nice to have you on. Please remember to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It will definitely help boost my channel. I'm really putting in a lot of effort at the moment to this channel, so yeah, I'd really appreciate it. It's just a small thing for you guys, but it means a lot to me. Can, yes mate, see you next week. I know, I think the app, it would be good if the app had a copy team ID button. But yeah, thank you all guys. Hope you all have a good week this week. Let's go Ryan Nuri. Thanks guys, this has been your English Aussie, and I'll catch you later.